Do you reckon they're going to do a rookie-style set of tryouts to see who gets in the Lebanon team?
No. But
cheers, thanks for playing along.
I think it's good experience. You know, it's a person with a lot of cachet
wealth of experience
to get into the position. So whilst I don't know how great a coach is and that sort of stuff, I don't know. All I've seen of him coaching was with the rookies, and I wouldn't say he was great, but just having him around might bring in a few.
Well, that's my theory. My theory is
heritage players to supplement the local, and he has said about he's keen to get over there and be visible in the Lebanon Rugby League domestic community and that sort of thing. So, you know, any help that we can give to developing nations is great, and he's a big character to have on board.
Of course he is. Massive. And finally, players and coaches from the Super League Rugby League club, Widnes Vikings, are leading a pioneering new campaign to reduce pressure on the NHS. I presume they're not performing surgery for people. The Vikings have teamed up with the NHS Halton Clinical. Can you imagine? Yeah. Nurse Arvan, I need 10 cc's of adrenaline. Stat. And she sort of falls over.
I can just imagine her sort of running with stuff to get to emergencies, but kind of like just running into things, and
there you go.
A lot of mess ensues. But anyway, there's a serious point to be made because of our desperately overstretched NHS, and this is one part of the puzzle that needs to be put together.
Okay, so
the other is funding, but that's not going to happen because we've voted for none of that. So let's see what the Vikings are going to do.
Fucking hell. No, you definitely got to be political this week. The Vikings, Mark, have in fact, you'll be interested to know, teamed up with NHS Halton Clinical Commissioning Group to create a unique series of videos that creatively educate people on how to make the right choices when accessing NHS services. By helping people to select the services that are appropriate to their need, the campaign aims to relieve pressures faced by vital NHS services such as accident and emergency departments. The campaign sees the Viking squad take part in around 20 short features. These include members of the Viking squad filling a corridor at Wiston Hospital's emergency department and encouraging viewers to beat the scrum at A&E, oh dear, as well as Vikings head coach Dennis Betts giving his players a team talk on the playing formation of Halton's NHS services. Underpinning the campaign, however, is a serious message. If people access NHS services that are appropriate to their needs, they can be treated quicker, avoid wasting valuable NHS resources, and reduce pressure on local health services.
I should have edited this. Stretched NHS resources. Go on.
Jesus Christ. Right. Okay. A key priority of the campaign is raising awareness of Halton's two urgent care centres in Widnes and Runcorn. These services provide treatment for injuries or conditions that require urgent attention but aren't serious or life-threatening. With specialist staff and facilities, they provide an effective alternative to accident and emergency, treating everything from broken bones and wounds to bites and stings. The campaign also raises awareness of the services that pharmacies can offer in providing advice and treatment for everyday conditions such as colds, sore throats, which is probably what Dennis Betts will be accessing, skin conditions, and so on. It encourages people to seek advice from their pharmacist before visiting a GP on basic conditions that they can treat themselves.
I think anything that helps.
Of course.
This kind of thing, I think it's good. So a little bit of fun, but with a serious message.
Yes.
I'm all in favour of.
There we go.
Yeah. It'll stop people saying, well, the only reason the NHS is stretched is because of people using it who don't need to.
Yeah.
You know.
That's it. There you go.
We've not talked about the Steve McNamara
because it's not official yet.
Imminent appointment for Catalan.
I just say
we'll save that. We'll save that one for next week. So we'll expect plenty of views on that story when it's formally in our rundown.
That's it. Yeah. Let me just give you a preview of every press conference you're going to be getting as a Catalan Dragons fan from now on. The lads tried really hard this week. We've got a lot to fix up for next time.
I'm really pleased with the group.
Yes, he's very
really pleased with the way the group are coming together.
Very pleased with the way that group is going to be coming together for about the next 24 months, I would say. Right, that is news from around the world of Rugby League taken care of. Let's take a look back now at round 18 of Super League. Okay, so to last week's round of fixtures, round 18, Mark, will start on Thursday night, if you wish, down at the Leigh Sports Village, which is where you were, and you saw Leigh Centurions record their first victory over the Wigan Warriors since 1984, 50 points to 34 in front of 7,080 people, refereed by Tim Farron.
In my lifetime. Yeah, that was a good gag from Tim G that sent that in. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. I was about to give him credit for it.
I'm not saying you weren't.
I'm having a Bob Monkhouse kind of joke stealing. I think I've nicked a couple of people's jokes this week already.
Have you?
I think so. I've seen a couple of things on Twitter. Or maybe I'll put it in the twirl stuff. We're getting off topic.
I'm not suggesting you were trying to steal his credit.
No, but I wouldn't want him thinking I was.
Alright. Okay.
It's his joke. He deserves credit.
Definitely.
Yeah. Anyway, it wasn't Tim Farron. It was Robert Hicks.
Oh, right. Okay. Thanks for clarifying.
Just for the sake of clarity, in case you're about to start blaming the referee.
Do you think Tim Farron...
I don't like Tim Farron.
...has any awareness of rugby league? I mean, his constituency would be sort of close to rugby league heartland, but more in the rugby union area of Cumbria, isn't it?
It is, yeah. No, Tim Farron is...
He wouldn't get on board with supporting Wakefield, would he?
No, Tim Farron's a bit of an uninformed religious zealot who has some very, very outdated views on homosexual people, and he should be roundly ignored as far as I'm concerned.
But, not quite as outdated as the people who are propping up our government now.
No, not at all.
So there we go.
Do you know there's people in the DUP that believe the Earth's 10,000 years old? And that's...
Less than 10,000 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Jesus wept.
There's people in the DUP that think line dancing is immoral.
There's people in the DUP who think that you shouldn't sell beer at a beer festival. They tried banning sales of alcohol at a beer festival. These are the people that will be nominally helping us make decisions. Bravo.
Well, getting anything that none of the people really, come on, most of us anyway, reasonable people don't want, over the line, they're there to do it.
There you go. So actually, in the interest of full disclosure, between segments, I said to Mark that I had a bet with myself that he would talk about politics in every section of the show, and now I've gone and done it myself. So
well, you're setting me up. You're trying to win your own bet.
Exactly, that's it. Catch up with us again when we do previews, kids. We're 3 out of 3 so far.
Anyway,
we've got a rugby match to talk about.
Shall we talk about the biggest disappointment of Thursday?
You were beaten by your own bus stop on Thursday night, Mark. What did the fans have to say?
Well, we start with Elliot Wrench. He says, "You can stuff your political parties up your jumpers. I voted rugby league and won. I expected a pie win, even with a depleted roster, but wow, well done Leigh, and well done both on an incredibly entertaining night."
Alan Walker got in touch and said, "Just got in from work at the salon to see the last..." Can you fucking imagine? Just for a second, go for your haircut and then
he just gives everyone a ponytail and pushes them out the door.
Oh God. That's so good. I don't know what it is. I think you might be The Simpsons, where someone's like doing caricatures and like, "Oh, do you like skateboards?" "No." "I'm going to draw you on a skateboard." That's going to be Al, isn't it? You can't give people a ponytail though. What is he? He's not pulling it out, is he?
But whatever.
Get back from work in the salon. Oh my word! I'm not going to be able to concentrate.
What else did he say?
I'll get there. Just going for work at the salon. If anyone wonders why we're cracking up, I would suggest you take a look for Alan Walker on Twitter, and you'll start to see why. Just going from the salon.
It's about the fourth job he's told us he's got as well.
I'm more and more convinced he's an assassin. Him and Johnny. I just got in from work at the salon to see the last 5 minutes. All I saw was Wigan dominating, going over again and again. Nothing to see here, I thought. Leigh have got many outs. Oh, who scored 50? Busted teams after double weekends. So he goes on to make a serious point.
Yeah, because Wigan had a few out, but so did the Centurions.
Sorry for butchering your feedback there, Al. That cracked me up, mate.
The cast plumber said, "Sing it. There were 2 in the bed and the little one said, roll over, roll over." So they both rolled over and one fell out and said, "I'm done eat pies in my bed, you filthy pup." What just happened there then, lads? Looks like the pies may be joining the wire rabble in the sump of the soffit. Anyway, where the fuck is my bastard wrench now? These taps won't fix themselves, lads.
What have we fucking done? How has this been created, right? I don't know who you are, sir. Right? I don't get the joke about why it would be the Castleford plumber. You need to just DM us and explain what the gag is, because we're big fans of you getting in touch with the show, man.
It's funny.
It bamboozles me half the time. I just would like to be in on the gag. Okay, Tyler Cass fan. Said, well played, Leigh. You could tell from the start that this is the one they wanted, and many played at the top of their game. As for Wigan, great attitude to go right to the end, but I've never known a Wigan side to defend so poorly. More holes than my granddad's string vest.
Lee Randall said, you can blame injuries and form, but you should blame the attitude to defend your own goal line, which wasn't evident for Wigan. One of the worst goal line defensive performances I've seen. Disorganised, doesn't even come close. They've got a lot to do to turn it around.
There you go. Shonny Mungo got in touch and said, just not enough Liams available tonight for Wigan to push them to victory.
We were one shy, but I'm not sure how much of a difference it would have made.
Leigh had a Liam of their own.
The exact point that Leigh made of our defence being shite. Brian Davies said, Wigan's goal line defence was as poor as I've seen from a Super League side for a long time. Williams' kicking game was good, but they didn't have much else. Bottom four looking a real possibility for Wigan as the slide continues, unless they can get their Jenga player lockers back on the pitch. Be interesting if Leigh can get that sort of enthusiasm in the side for any other opposition. They'll need it in the middle eight.
Skips28 Max said,
how she ended up in this?
NTL.
Oh no, no, it's good.
What does NTL stand for?
Now then, lads.
Now then, lads, she says. So maybe Hull weren't quite as good as last week as we thought, given tonight's scoreline. Tries galore, some very good ones scored. Thought Hicks had a very good game tonight. What is the future for Wayne? Sean Wayne, she means.
Fat Boy Rob did about 30 crying with laughter emoticons, and I said, you don't have to read this out, but it made me chuckle anyway.
Nice work, Rob. Tyler Pies fan got in touch. If Tyler Cass fan is being parodied, that is amazing.
We had this, Tom. Do you not remember? This was a running joke for about the middle weeks around the Easter period.
No, is it?
A little bit before, because it was Tyler Katz fan that Langers came up with, and then there was a few.
That's Tyler Pies fan. Okay. Well, Tyler Pies fan says, well, those bets went south pretty quickly. Fair play to Leigh, who got a second win when it looked like Wigan may get back on top. Middle eights is looking like it could be an interesting little competition.
David Lawrence and at David Lorrow, who's a Wigan fan, said, shocking to hear Wayne out. Injured players, worn out youngsters, get a grip, everyone. We will come good soon. In Wayne we trust.
There we go. Right, well, you were there. You saw it happen.
Yeah.
It was close at half time.
I was there. I was right in front of all the fucking diabolical second half goal line defence.
There was some the second half was the fall apart, really, wasn't it? Because they were in it at half time, 20 points to 14 down. And I honestly thought that would be probably where you stepped on the gas in the second half, and it just didn't happen, did it?
No, and obviously people will talk about goal kicking. That's a concern, but for the second week in a row, if all the goals in the game were kicked, which is how I always judge it, I don't think we're the only team that should be slagged off for missing goals, but Leigh didn't miss a single goal. If all the goals in the game were kicked, we would still have lost by 8 points.
There you go.
What I would say is Leigh can't be that great if they managed to concede 7 tries to that load of shite.
No, Leigh aren't that great, mate. That's why they're second bottom of the league. That's why they're second bottom of the league.
Yeah, but it just shows how bad our goal line defence was.
Yeah.
I would say at least half of the Leigh tries involved nothing more than one quick pass shift and a fall over the line, or no passes whatsoever. Injuries aren't an excuse, and I haven't.
No, you haven't tried it out once, have you?
Tried to use them as too much of an excuse, nor the young players. Now, it is a fact that we have put out the youngest squad so far in Super League. The average age of Wigan's players who played this year is younger. The average shirt number of our players that have played is higher than any other team considerably, which shows that we've been using the back end of our squad. But that is our strength. That is what won us a grand final last year. The middle to back end of our squad. And we should be beating bottom of the table Leigh Centurions with that side that played. And we scored 7 tries, and 7 tries should be enough, like 6 tries the week before was enough. What Leigh did was win every ruck almost in the game. What that meant was whenever we did get through them, cost they're not that good, and score some neat tries. And Oliver Gildart was brilliant for the 60 minutes or so he was able to play before they thought, let's take him off and not push him too hard on his return. But how great was it to have him back in Wigan colours? And, you know, if Liam Marshall had a proper centre, think how many more than 18 tries he would have scored this year so far. But I digress. Our goal line defence wasn't good enough, and Leigh's commitment to every tackle was just so much better than ours. When we talk about the stats, it'll show actually there's a lot of things that were even about this game. But the one thing that wasn't even was the attitude